Alright y'all, here we are at the farm and we got this long garlic row. We've been looking, watching, waiting for it to get ready. In order to help the garlic cure and ripen, what we need to do this time of year is we need to turn off the irrigation. So this area hasn't been getting irrigated for the last 3+ weeks. And even though it hasn't really been typical Northern California spring, May, late mid-May weather, we got a couple of days of rain and coolness. It has also been really hot and dry. So the weather hasn't been really consistent. It's been a little up and down. And we're gonna transition this row to cucumbers, which are really water-loving plants. So it's been kind of a interesting way of juggling this space. The garlic and the cucumbers, no water running through the irrigation, so we're having to hand water. And so what we've been doing is digging this furrow, turning the hose on and just letting it go through the furrow. And what happens is the water comes through, it runs down, but it also soaks down. And as it soaks down, it spreads to the plants. Now, just getting ready to dig this area, and I got my fork in there, and this soil hasn't been getting watered with the irrigation by hand, hasn't getting watered by the irrigation, but it's also pretty wet and dark. It was a lot easier to dig than I thought it would be. That's just something interesting to check out. So here we are in the garlic, and we've been eyeing the garlic, trying to see how to tell when it's ready. This is a soft neck variety that we saved from last year. To be honest, I don't know the name, and that's my bad. I think we have some red ones, we have some white ones, who knows. Anyway, we know it's pretty good. We got to eat a lot of it and we saved it. And so this garlic is growing. It's a healthy, it's not super big, but it's a healthy, nice plant. And you can see as it grows, it's starting to die off, these leaves right here. And so what we want to do is we want to look at the total number of leaves and compare the green leaf to the brown leaf. And we count them off: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 browning leaves, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total. So out of 11 leaves, 5 of them are brown. And that's letting us know that this garlic is ready. Been looking at different folks. You know, I'm not really a garlic expert in terms of growing. This is only the 3rd year I've ever really grown it seriously. And so I've been watching a lot and see what people say. And some people say, you know, you want 1/3 of your leaves to be brown, up to 50%. Some people say you got to pull it and count how many of the leaves have dried. See how it's like turning papery right here? Here it's dry, right? So that's another way to see that this is getting ripened. It's actually drying out right there. But I think that this garlic's ready to go. And so we're gonna pull this garlic out. It's gonna give us a lot of garlic. And so here's how we're gonna think about it. This garlic, we were able to plant it using the ones that we saved. So we took even some of the nice fat heads and the big cloves and split them up. Took some of the smaller ones that fell apart, you know, from last year, and we just planted them all together. And we did that in the fall. Out here in California, we got these Indian summers where it gets warm, September, October, even into November the last couple years. It's been really warm. And that garlic holds that heat all through the cold winter. Because when we eat garlic, it brings our fire up inside of our belly, inside of our body. It's a serious plant, a fire plant, used for a lot of healing and expelling of bad things that might make us sick. It can kill things. And we eat too much garlic, we get too much fire. But it also helps us breathe that fire, get rid of that corona or anything else that might be trying to live in our lungs. So we love that garlic. So we hail you up, garlic, as we come to take you and get you ready to dry up to give out to our folks. Here's what we're gonna do to take that garlic. We're gonna use our digging fork. This is the tool of choice because it can get into this dry earth. And what I think I'm gonna do is turn on the irrigation if we're gonna harvest. We'll see how that goes. But if we need to loosen the soil a little bit, irrigate it, we can do that. All right, so here's how we're doing. I'm gonna come through using my fork. And I can see that one already fell over, that one's done. So I'm gonna clear out and I'm trying to come under and I'm just loosening. So I stick it in, wiggle it, and I'm just loosening. And these should just come out. I'm gonna shake off that dirt. Now that one's dry. This one might even be overripe. So we'll see how they go as we come through. And I'm just gonna pile them. And that way when I come to take them, they're already in piles. I'm trying to get every garlic because even if I leave some, those little ones, you're like, oh, they're too little. Well, they're gonna keep growing in this bed. Next year, the year after, we'll have garlic everywhere. So try to get as much as you can. Won't be able to get it all. All right. So, these garlics are looking nice. We got a good sized head. I got a nice sized bunch. And then what I'm gonna do, show you how to bunch these up so we can hang them to dry. So that we're just gonna come through and keep making these piles like that of garlic. And it's ready to go. One little section. We got that whole way to go, y'all. It's gonna be a lot of fun.